Yes, sir, I've started.
Yeah, we can start.
Okay, sir. So, a very warm welcome to one and all to the National Initiative Program's webinar for knowing emerging technology and building leadership ability for budding engineers. I, Shreya Mishra, student of TCET, will be a host for today's webinar on leadership development. Leadership is often defined as a process wherein an individual influences and encourages others to achieve the organizational objectives and directs the organization so that it becomes more coherent and cohesive to work. Now, talking about the today's leadership development program, students will be able to first develop self-awareness and manage team with their strengths and weaknesses. Second, set long and short-term goals and targets for self and team. Third, become successful team player and team leader. Now, you guys must be thinking about what will be the outcomes for today's webinar. Well, the outcomes will be that first, you will be able to develop yourself as a leader and be able to develop a team. Second, you will be able to set and achieve team goals. Third, you will be able to incorporate the qualities of leadership and team building. And fourth, and the most important one, you will be able to become a proactive, democratic, and successful team player and leader. Now, I would like to call upon NIP student coordinator Samiksha to introduce our speakers for today's session. Over to you, Samiksha.
Thank you, Shreya. Now introducing the speakers for today. We have with us Dr. Lochin Jolly ma'am. She is Dean of Student and Staff Welfare and a professor of ENTC department at Thakur College of Engineering and Technology. She has completed her PhD in Electronics and Telecommunication and has more than 20 years of teaching experience. Academically, her areas of specialization include microelectronics and VLSI, optical communication, and satellite communication. She has organized number of seminars and workshops on both institute and national level and has won several awards. She has guided many undergraduate and postgraduate projects and published papers in international conferences and journals. Next, we have Mr. Amol Dapkekar, sir. He is currently working in Thakur College of Engineering and Technology as an assistant professor in Engineering Sciences and Humanities Department. In addition, he is also the training coordinator working in TCET's Training and Placement Cell. He takes care of TCET Model United Nations. He has been in teaching and training field from last 17 years. Along with teaching, he is also a certified soft skills trainer and facilitator from renowned training agencies. He has an expertise in self development, team, and leadership development. He has trained many students and employees of different organizations. Academically, he has completed his master's in English language and literature, bachelor's in education, and currently pursuing PhD from University of Mumbai. Many papers in the related fields are published by him in national and international journals and conferences. The next speaker is Mrs. Vidyadhari Singh ma'am. She is working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Engineering for TCT from the last 12 years. She is currently pursuing her PhD in computer engineering from NMIMS University. She is actively involved in various activities and programs in various capacities at the department as well as the institute level, which talks about her versatility. Academically, her areas of interest include user experience design, system security, and software engineering, and has published more than 25 papers in various reputed conferences and journals. She has been professionally trained in leadership by the Time Institute and has successfully conducted leadership programs and trained more than 100 TCT students. She has, to her credit, done many online certification courses on leadership. I would now like to hand over the session to our speakers.
Thank you very much, Samiksha. A very good morning to all of you. I hope I am audible and clear. Samiksha, Shreya.
Yes, sir, you are
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your quick response. All right. So we are here to learn something new today beyond your technical expertise. So we are going to discuss about the leadership development. So let me share my slides with you so that it would be more clear to you about what we are going to deal with this session. So I am Amol Dapkekar, Lochin Jolly, and Mrs. Vidyadhari Singh will be discussing that how leadership can be enhanced, how team management can be done, and how the self-development is possible by controlling your mindset. So that is what we are trying to discuss today, and we are hopeful that you will be having an interaction with us and will be actively taking the outcome of the today's session. So as earlier informed about me, so I'll not be discussing about this. So we are discussing about managing self. So my focus for next half an hour will be discussing about how we are going to manage ourselves. It is very easy to understand that, yes, I know how to manage myself. I know about myself. I know who I am and what I am. But the question comes, do you really feel so? And for that purpose, I have certain questions for you where we can analyze our life and we'll have some sharings from you. So I would be interested to know that do you feel about the questions that I'm going to put forward, and I hope that we'll be interacting with me about the particular questions that we are focusing on. So these particular questions, we have taken it from Zen and the Art of Public School Teaching, which is John Pericombe. So these questions are like this. I hope that you are going to read questions and you are going to share your experience about these questions. So the first question, are you generally satisfied with what you have done so far in your life? And we'll be explaining that. Next question, if any have interfered with your personal growth, what can you do to overcome them? What is the most valuable lesson you have learned in your life so far? And what plan for your future? And what are you presently doing to pursuing the same? So happy to understand from your perspectives what these particular questions. So can anybody come forward and his or her own life pertaining to these questions? Yeah, can I, anybody who is ready to analyze his or her life?
Participant, please raise the hand for the answer.
Can unmute you and can share your experience.
Yeah, anyone?
Yes. Tamilan, Nikita, Pratik, Anand, Anshuman, Aisha, Dilesh. Yes, please. You want to share? I hope that I know that it is very difficult to share our life with others, but unless and interfere ourselves in thinking about our, unless and until we introspect about what we are and how we are, it is very difficult to analyze our life. And that's why I'm requesting you, unless and until you share your experiences with us, it is very difficult for your life because we hardly give our time interact with ourselves. It is quite difficult for us. That's why I'm interested to listen to you. Yes, please. Anybody? Do I think that you're not at all interested in sharing your life? We have around
So
40
Amol sir,
participants.
कैसा भी maybe if you are not comfortable speaking in English, they can share their views in any language.
Yeah,
Whatever they are comfortable.
the languages. If you are not comfortable in English language, no problem at all. We are here to learn about you and your life, so that we can analyze your own self, and accordingly we can guide you. You can use Hindi, Marathi, or English, because these are the three languages which I know.
Yes, participants can please come up and share their views.
If you are not comfortable, you can write it down in the chat room also. No problem. All right, not a problem. If you are not ready, no problem, because we are here to learn about your life and our life. Let me talk about my experiences about my life. So you would understand what exactly that I'm expecting from you, and if you are comfortable in sharing, you can share it later. So the first question is, are you generally satisfied with what you have done so far in your life? About me, if I ask about this question, that I'm not all satisfied about my life. The reason being very simple, because whatever I do, I'm not being perfect. And this perfection is quite difficult to understand. And that's why I'm not at all satisfied, but still the satisfaction is what we have is not just the satisfaction. Human being is born selfish, and human being always has to take some of the things to satisfaction. That's why requirements are futuristic requirements are different at every point of time. Today I may be needing, say, or I may be needing best version. So that is very difficult to understand the satisfaction level of an individual. And that's why it's very much important that I know what satisfaction is leading to my life. And that's why I'm always being working on how I can make myself satisfied. The next question is, what obstacles, if any, have interfered with your personal growth? What can you do to overcome that? Now, there are so many obstacles. For example, when I was a child and when I was a college going, that time I used to feel that I'm not at all aware about English. I'm not comfortable in speaking English language. Understood that this is the major obstacle that I'm facing, and I'm not being confident about what I know. So in such situation, what I have done, I have continuously spoken with the people, and I have continuously interacted the way that I can speak in English language, and I have, and accordingly I could find that yes, I have the fear, I have overcome the obstacle of speaking English
Sound
language.
is not audible.
At the same time, what is the most?
Amol sir,
I'm not audible.
Amol sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
The voice is little breaking. I think so, just because of the network issues.
That might be because of the internet connection. Am I audible and clear now?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right, the next one, valuable lessons you have learned in your life so far. And there are so many that we learn each step of our life. Today, tomorrow I learn something new, and day after again I have something to learn. So there are so many valuable lessons that we learn in our life. But the most valuable lesson, yes, that I need to friendship with the people. And this friendship will definitely help me out in working out my outcomes of my life. So the best one that I have learned is how can I have the best one friendship. So that is the most valuable lesson that I have learned in my life. Now the next is, what goals have you planned for your future and what are you presently doing to pursue them? The most important plan I have in my future, or the most important goal in my future, is I need to be comfortable in understanding the human cells. Now there are so many things that I have done to understand that I should understand what others feel about me, others feel about themselves. For that purpose, I have learned so many things. I got myself trained from various training agencies, and that is how I have understood that how I can understand and analyze the future of the people as well as their lives. And these are the things that I have done. So these goals do not mean that I need to reach to a comfortable situation. Maybe I'm going to be an engineer or something like that. That is not just a goal. There are so many goals that we have, and we need to ensure that all these goals are going to be fulfilled. So once you, maybe today you have certain goal and tomorrow you may be having certain other goals. So in such situation, how you can go ahead with those goals and you can pursue them. So yes, you need to ensure that all those goals are being achieved, because that should be the aim of life. So this is what my analysis of my life. And now I'm interested to listen to you. Have any to share, or if anybody is interested, any one person, if it is feasible for you. Is there anyone who can share now as after I am sharing? All right, still you are not comfortable, not problem. Let's move ahead with the next part of our discussion. Now, why these things are discussed? Because we are not comfortable talking to ourselves. That's why, first of all, you must understand who you are, what you think of yourselves. Many a times it happens that I talk about the other people, I talk about others' views, I talk about what others have thought process or what others are doing. But we give a very little time to talk about ourselves. We get a very little time to understand who you are, to understand who am I? Am I the right person to talk to? Am I the right friend for the people? Am I the right trainer here to talk to you? So we do not focus on all these aspects, and that's why it is very much to understand who am I
Amol sir,
and what
sorry
do I
to
think about myself. Yes.
Amol sir, sorry to disturb.
Yes.
Can we put off the video and then we can check? I think so. Due to the
Is it lagging a lot?
It's breaking.
Is it lagging a lot?
It was
ज्यादा नहीं
breaking
है,
actually.
ज्यादा नहीं है,
Now it
मतलब
is
थोड़ा ब्रेक हो रहा है बीच में, तो अब वीडियो बंद करके बात करेंगे ना तो
yeah. Now it is
All
fine,
right,
sir.
all right. Okay. So you must understand who you are and what do you think about yourselves. And it is very difficult to understand it because we hardly give ourselves the time to think about what we are. And that's why it is very much important that I need to devote some or the other time for me to speak about myself. Because in order to communicate with others, you must first of all understand how you can communicate to yourself. Because if you communicate to yourself, then you will understand where you lack. Because we have sufficient amount of time to speak about others, but we do not have sufficient amount of time to speak about ourselves and to ourselves. So that's why it is very much important that I need to speak about myself and speak to myself. That would help me out to understand where I stand for others. And that's why it is very much important that I need to understand who am I? What is myself? Who am I? The question comes every now and then to ourselves. I always feel that who am I? This question, when it comes to you, you need to understand that you are very much unique. You are very much different from others. You are not the one that others feel about you. You are not the one what you only feel about you. It is the of what you are that you think about yourself, others think about yourself. So that uniqueness you need to find out, and every human being is unique because even the twins, you can find that those people, though they are similar to by looking at each other, but whereas we talk about their personality, while we talk about their behavior, they are different, or some or the other part of their behaviors are different. That uniqueness that we need to identify. And once we identify that uniqueness, then we can say that, yes, we understand about ourselves. Along with that, there are so many selves, and that's why I always say that we are a split personality. Now, why we are a split personality? Because I feel that ourselves, when we display to other people, we present it in a different manner, and what we actually are, we are different. So many selves that I have discussed over here, which talk different personalities, different selves. What is our real self? Here, this real self only you know about yourself. That is your core self, and who you really are. And you cannot stop behavior, certain behaviors, although you, and those are the real behaviors. Those are the real self. Talking about the ideal selves, we talk about that. Yes, this is my this is the personality that I aspire to be. You want to be. That is called as an ideal self, and we have to be presented to some of the people where we want that other people should identify me as an ideal self, and that personality. So we present this self at certain situations. Talking about the public self, we present our public selves to the people where freely we present what we are. Situations we present ourselves. Those public self is nothing but the free disclosure, and we always call it as an open book for others. It is an open book for others. Is it really so? The question comes. Talking about the private self, it is only being shared with some of the people who are very much near and dear to you. So maybe your weaknesses, maybe some of the other things where you think that yes, this is what you need to share with people. That private self is very much limited, and you only share those things with a certain group. Talking about the professional self, so my professional behavior is very different from what I am. My professional way of presenting myself is very different. So that is professional self. Talking about the emotional self, yes, my emotions are attached to my spouse, my emotions are attached to my mother or sister or father, or somebody or the other who are very connected to me. It may be my very near friends, the closest friends. Those people also to those I present my emotional behaviors. The different selves that we present at different situations. You present your real behavior to some of the people. Sometimes you be very public about yourself. Sometimes you are yourself. Sometimes you present your the ideal self, and sometimes that very present your emotional self. So that's why we are a personality where we present ourselves different. The different. Shall I stop share and again because.
I think sir got disconnected.
Annotations were on.
Acha, okay. Yeah.
Annotations were on. That's why I
अभी डिसेबल हो गया
डिसेबल किया होगा host please disable the
चेक कर
Shreya, please disable the annotation. Shreya?
Yes, sir. Where can I find that option?
Under the
At the
security
top.
settings. Yeah. There's a settings.
I disabled for me.
Okay.
ओके ऑलराइट
All right, so what we are going to discuss during this session, I have to be on interpersonal competencies. The difference between interpersonal and intrapersonal. So intra is within you. That's why we are talking about only selves, other things. So for intrapersonal skills or competencies, first of all, we'll be focusing on how I can. We'll be talking about the perceptions and perspective design ourselves. And then how we can manage. Then we'll be speaking about the esteem that is, and then we'll be focusing more on the assertive behavior. So these are 10 things that we'll be discussing, and we'll also have a self-assessment if you help me out in assessment later. All right. Talking about self-awareness, my feeling about myself is very different. And sometimes we feel that I know about myself, but sometimes it is very possible to you, am I really aware about myself? Quite difference between knowing yourself and awareness of yourself. Why? Knowing yourself means you know your strengths, maybe you know your weaknesses, but you are not understanding what those strengths are and what those weaknesses are. If you go deep into your behavior, then you will understand you are really aware or not. And that's why we feel that sometimes I'm fully alive and sometimes I'm not at all being alive, or sometimes I'm really nervous and sometimes I'm really being confident. Okay, so those things are nothing but you know about yourself and you are aware about yourself because of certain situations that you become happy and certain situations you become sad. So that is nothing but having awareness about yourself. And most of the times that we have found people that their evaluation of others evaluate you, they feel this evaluation must be correct. Most of the time, we believe what others feel about us is the fact. But the answer is most of the times, others see you in a manner rather than you see about it. So that's self-evaluation is very important, and we feel that others' evaluation is very much important. But yes, evaluation comes first and then the evaluation of others. Much important that you need to introspect, you need to find out, you need to understand, you need to question yourself why you are like this, why you are not this, why you are short-tempered, why you are, say, emotional. You need to introspect, question you, and then only you will understand what kind of opinions that you develop, and because of that, your attitude is finalized. What kind of things and the emotion, what kind of purpose that you have, and actually your motives will be defined. What are the desires will be. What are your strengths and weaknesses, and how you can have an accurate self-assessment. What are the ways of having the different ways are there that we'll be discussing. The one of the ways is you need to analyze yourself. The SWOT analysis. We call it as strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Is there anybody who is interested to share about their strengths, their weaknesses, or the opportunities that they have, and what the threats that they have faced? Yes, anybody who is interested to share? SWOT. Yes, anybody is interested to share about the SWOT?
Yes, yes,
Your
participants,
strengths,
please
your
share.
weaknesses.
Participants, please share. This is the activity which is there. It is not a kind of a monotonous. Please, it's a sharing kind of activity. So you have to share it so that we can understand what best we can give it to you. So please share your self-evaluation.
Vishal Gupta, Shivram, Saurabh Kumar. Yes, please.
Yeah, anyone, please. Please share your
Bala
self-evaluation.
Ayushat.
Yes, participants, you may share your self-awareness. There's nothing wrong or right. It's just that, we want to interact with you all so that we get a better perspective of yourself, and we understand the things in a better way.
Yeah, if you would share, you would definitely get some benefit out of these sessions, because you're just listening on a passive mode. Definitely, it won't help you as well as me.
Sir, I think in the chat box,
Vishal Rawat.
and writing. Yeah, it's good.
So there
Yeah,
is a
Vishal
question
Rawat
been
has
given.
mentioned.
Being able to work with a
So,
team can be my strength since we can accomplish
okay,
more together.
okay. So you are being a team member. That is what you are trying to say. All right. Anybody else wanna share? All right, these sessions are for you, okay? Because if I speak more, my fluency, my understanding about myself will be more rather than you. You cannot be in a passive mode. This passive mode of learning in leadership development is not at all possible. We are here working for leadership, right? And leadership should have some initiatives. Unless and until we have initiatives, I'm quite sure that leadership cannot be developed. Yes,
So
Malhar.
we
go ahead.
have one hand raised. Yeah, Malhar.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
So I have not as such done my SWOT analysis, but to list a few, I would like to say that I like reading books, so that I can consider as one of my strengths. And I keep learning about stuff. I read articles, so that I can consider among my strengths. And regarding opportunity, I read this somewhere. It is an affirmation. I convert all my fears into challenges, and from that I've considered this, that it can be a very good opportunity. Things can be very good opportunity, like the challenges, converting our fears into challenges can be a very good opportunity, and I've been trying to do that. And weaknesses, not as such any weakness, but I haven't not totally aware of the weaknesses, but I think I get emotional at times, so it can be one of the weaknesses. Yeah, that's what, sir. That's it from my end, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Malhar, for initiating somewhere. Hope that others also to initiate. What Malhar has said, that reading is one of his strengths, and because of which the opportunities can also be enhanced, because he has somewhere or the other faced some challenges, and because of which he has understood his opportunities. And there are some weaknesses that he is quite unaware of, and there are some weaknesses that he might feel, but he is not very much assured of. All right. Anybody else want to share? All right. I say it. My strength is I like to motivate others and tasks. Also, I like to solve various initiative tasks. All right. So Piyush, tasks that you have initiated and somewhere you felt that something and you felt that this is your strength. Can you mention that? Can you mention that? All right, not a problem. So in a way that what we have understood is a strength is the thing that you talk about yourself, that you talk about. Piyush, I want to say that, is there any scenario where you felt that yes, you have initiated, understood that this is your strength? That is my question. Sandesh More, you want to say something?
Hello, sir. So my name is
Yes.
Sandesh More. I had done earlier the SWOT analysis of myself. I would like to share that my strengths are like I have excellent communication skill. I have been doing anchoring since my school days, and I'm confident in public speaking. But my weaknesses are like I don't get the tone, or I have a fear of speaking to someone with a higher authority. Means I feel some bit fear. I don't understand what to speak with elderly people in any context in that way.
All right. Thank you, Sandesh. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So speaking skill or communication skill is one of your strengths that you said, and the weakness that you mentioned, one of the weaknesses that you mentioned is you do not know how to initiate the discussion with the elderly people or maybe the higher authorities. All right. So any other point that you want to mention about opportunities and threats? All right. So strengths, always remember, these are strengths many a times that people feel that I know my strength and I know my weaknesses. The question comes, do you really feel so? Now, why this question comes? The question comes because unless and until I have an experience of something, I would not understand whether this is my strength or this is my weakness. As I mentioned, that I was not aware about how to speak in English language during my college days. And at that time, I felt that this is the most important weakness that I have, and I'm going to face this. And if I face this, my threat will be I'm not going to be working in any of the industries, or maybe I'm not going to be one of the good speakers in my life. That is my weakness, and that has converted into a threat. And at the same time, when I came to know that now I can speak in English language in a very fluent manner, that becomes my strength, and I have got so many opportunities. I got an opportunity to speak to you. I got an opportunity to speak on the podium with n number of people. So those strengths will always convert into the opportunities, and the weaknesses always convert into the threats. So what should I do? What should I do is I should convert all these weaknesses into strengths. I need to overcome all these weaknesses into strengths, and then in a way I'll enhance my opportunities. I'll increase my opportunities if I convert more strengths over here. And that's why this quadrant is very much important. If you learn, if you really want to know about yourself, you need to use this quadrant every now and then. I always say that every month you need to analyze this SWOT analysis. The reason being, today, whatever the strength that I felt might be might be a weakness tomorrow, or today, whatever the weakness is today, it might be a weakness, a strength tomorrow. And that's why I need to analyze myself every now and then, so that I can understand how am I going to use these strengths so that I can enhance my opportunities, and how am I going to overcome these weaknesses so that my strengths will be increased and opportunities will increase, because threats will always be a problem for us. Okay, that's why you need to analyze every now and then to understand yourself. So it's one of the ways of having awareness about yourself. As I earlier mentioned, we always introspect, and this introspection will help you in understanding your personality traits. So once you understand your personality traits, I'm like that. If you understand these things, definitely you'll understand your own self, your values, your ethics, your habits. Sometimes some people have some habits, some good habits, some bad habits. How can I understand those habits? How can I understand whether I'm emotional or not? What are the psychological needs that I have? Psychological needs are very much important. Physical needs commonly being known to the people, but psychological needs, I need to have somebody with whom I can share everything. Or people like to have gossips, right? So the gossips also sometimes is a motivation for you. So you need to understand how these self traits can to understand yourself. At the same time, you also need to understand what others feel about you, because the talk of others, the points of others, the discussions of others always impact our personality. And these feedbacks, these feelings and the behaviors of others about yourself, what others feel about you, what others understand about you, what others have the observations about you, all these influence your personality. So do you really want these traits of others to influence your personality or not? That becomes in your responsibility to take care of it. If, for example, if Vidya Madam has said something to me that you are a very say assertive fellow, am I really going to believe that? I need to analyze myself. If she says that you are a very passive fellow, I need to understand that. Am I really a passive fellow? Because others' observations might be impactful for you, but you need to give your time to yourself to understand about it. And that's why in Marathi we always say, "Ekave zanache and karave manache." That means we need to listen to others, we need to understand others, but we need to always decide what we are and how we are. So it's very important that I need to have an awareness about myself by my own observations and understandings rather than what others feel about me. So that is all about this self-awareness. Talking about the perceptions. Now these perceptions cannot be developed within a day or two. Perceptions always are different for different people, and people look at those perceptions differently to the different people. Now, for example, whatever you look at from one side cannot be true cannot be similar for others. You might be looking at this particular figure as 6, might be for some other person it is 9, or maybe for some other person who is viewing from the top view, then it would be different for some other person. It can be an anchor for other person. Okay, it can be a hook for other person. So different perceptions are developed. So you need to understand what others feel and what you feel. Okay, because others' perceptions cannot always be true, and that's what the uniqueness is all about. Uniqueness of human beings is all about that what I feel and what others feel, I need to understand. So let's understand this activity from some figures. What do you see from this figure, from this image? Anybody? What do you
Sir,
see
two things,
from
a
this
vase
image?
and two people's faces, both at the same time.
Wow, very good. So two vases, sorry, there are two and one vase. Now it is about the perception. There might be some people who look at it at first, and it might be a vase, or it might be the two faces. People have different understandings about this image because people see to the things differently. Now, what do you see from this? What are the how many legs that you can find to this elephant? How many legs that you can find? All right, 5. Suraj says, fine. Now just understand, elephants will always have 4 legs, but it is just the misconception of our looking at the things. Okay, so sometimes what we see cannot be always true, right? And that's why we need to understand we shouldn't believe in what others feel about you or what others have perceptions about. Let's move to the next image. What do you see? Anybody? Hello? Can anybody talk about it? This image? What do you see from this image?
Sir, a
All
man
right, so
figure
without,
and a lady face.
very good. A man's figure and a lady face. Yes, there is one fellow who is trumpeting, so who has a trumpet, a musical instrument, and the other is the human face. Okay, a lady's face. All right, let's go to the next. What do you see from this image?
A face.
Okay, a face. What else?
A person painting a wall.
A person painting a wall. Okay. All right, there is one more that you might be seeing it, that there is one person in the snowy region who has a snow coat and is entering into a drain. Can you see that?
I saw that way only. A snow coat is being weighed by a
Yes.
person, and
Yeah.
he is painting a wall.
Painting a wall, yes. Even I also thought that, yeah.
Good. So see, these different versions of understanding, okay, these different versions of perceptions. People look at the things differently by different ways. And that is how the uniqueness of human beings. So perceptions are developed in this way. Okay, particularly from what you do, from what the actions that you present. It may be because of the use of your time, your money, your energy, how you normally socialize with the people, get along with the people, or maybe what kind of food that you eat, what kind of books that you read, as well as what kind of activities that you give prioritize to, and how you come at the same time, what kind of actions, reactions that you have when you face the difficulties. So definitely impact your personality and your perceptions. So you can understand that, yes, obviously a human being is born with some genes, and definitely the genetic impact of your mother and father, or maybe your family members, will definitely be there on your personality. Along with that, the influence of your friends, the influence of your siblings, the influence of your neighbors, the influence of the people, those who are in and around you, all those people impact you. That's how your perceptions develop. And that's how imagination about yourself, your image, will come ahead. So you might be seeing from this image that you might be a different goat, okay, shape, or maybe a black sheep, you can say. Okay, so are you going to be a black sheep in the herd? That is your question. The answer is, you cannot be similar with others. You are always different. You need to understand your own image, because sometimes you are a good human being, and you are going to be a responsible person, or maybe a son or a daughter or an employing person or not, whether you are a useful member for the society or not, whether you are going to be a responsible and dedicated leader or not. It all depends on how you look at yourself. Okay, so your identity, your image is over here in your mind, in your thought process, in your psychology. Okay, and that's why how this video for you, uh, so you can have this video, listen to it for some time, and you will understand after some time that what exactly that I'm trying to focus on. We'll also be having some sharings on this video. I hope it is audible.
No, sir.
Is it? Okay. I hope it is audible
Sorry,
now. It's quite.
my wife's English is not very good, so.
May I? मीरा, केविन, यारी है ना? This marriage is a good thing. It is the most special friendship. Friendship of two people. Life is a long journey. Mira, sometimes you will feel you're less. Kevin, sometimes you will also feel you're less than Mira. Try to help each other to feel equal. It will be nice. Sometimes don't even know how the other is feeling. So how they will help the other? It means marriage is finished? No, that is time yourself. Nobody can help you better than you. If you do that, you will return back feeling equal. Your friendship will return back. Your life will be beautiful. Mira, Kevin, maybe all, but have family, son, daughter, in this big world. Your small little world. It will make you feel so good. Family never be never be judgmental. Family will never make you feel small. Family is the only one who will never laugh at your weaknesses. Family is the only place where you will always get love and respect. That's all, Mira and Kay. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Yes. What do you get out of this video? Yes, anybody want to share? What is the takeaway from this video? Anybody wants to share? Anybody wants to share? Yes, Praveen Kumar, you want to share? I hope you know this video.
Sir, which movie?
Hello. Am I audible?
That clip you have showed earlier, sir. It is the clip of which movie, sir?
Which movie you want to say? This is English in English, right? So this movie is about that how she has overcome the fear of speaking in English language, and that's how she has talked about that the family shouldn't be judgmental, because she has already faced the judgmental behavior of the family members, and because of which that she has overcome the fear of speaking in English language. She has learned English language without making aware to the others, and she understood that weakness and she has overcome it. That's how all about that your perceptions about yourself should be very much important rather than what others people feel about you. So you need to have your own self-identity. You do not have to depend on what others believe or think about you. Okay, that is all about this video. And it's very important that she has shared that it is only you who can change your world. Nobody else can help you out. Okay, that's why this video is very important. If you get an opportunity to watch that movie, that is also good enough to watch. Talking about the next competency or the skill is assertiveness. Now, people have different understandings about this assertive behavior. Assertive is not positive behavior. Assertive is not the good behavior. Assertive is making yourself understand about your situations and thinking about your rights as well as the rights of others. So if you do that, that behavior we call it as the assertive behavior. So what you want and what others want, you need to have both understanding, and then only your assertive behavior can be presented. So if you only want and you only feel about your own expectations, that becomes your aggressive behavior. And if you always feel about what others are interested to take from you, that becomes your passive behavior. So assertive behavior is the behavior where you are not infringing the rights of you as well as others. So that is your assertive behavior. Assertive behavior is very important, and it's very difficult also to get into, because people have emotions. Okay, people feel about others, people think about others, people do not want to break the relationships, and because of that, people feel that assertive behavior is quite difficult. Yes, it is difficult, but it is very good, because you need to be very much clear about what you want and what others want. There is a mid behavior that you can present. Talking about the emotions, I'm not going to take more time on this, because we are not because people are not very much interested to share their views, and that's why I'm not going to focus on these questions more. But yes, you need to understand for your own awareness. You can just read the questions. I'll give you a half-minute time You can just go through the questions and just analyze about your own behavior, where you stand as from emotions point of view. So what kind of feeling that you have when you have these questions in your mind, okay, and what kind of harmful or the helpful way that you can deal with such situations. For example, what do you feel when you are blamed for something which you didn't do? Many times it happens in your life, right? You have not done something, but you are being blamed for something. Then what kind of feeling that you have at such situation? Whether you are going to be a short-tempered, whether you are going to be in a passive mode and you accept that, okay, fine, or whether you are going to be angry over there and you need to sort it out. What are the helpful and the harmful ways that you can find out so that you can deal with the situation? Then the next question, what do you feel when someone keeps cheating in a cricket match? Many times, not just a cricket match, any of the games that you played, maybe indoor or the outdoor games. When somebody is cheating, whether you are going to cheat in the same way or whether you are going to find out where the fault is and accordingly you have to work on it. Next, what do you feel if you are expecting to see a friend and he or she backs out at the last moment for no good reason? If you have planned already with your girlfriend or a boyfriend to watch a movie, and if he or she backs out, what kind of feelings that you will have? What is the best way to deal with such situation? What do you feel when you work really hard for something and you succeed or not succeed? When you get succeeded, maybe you are being happy. Maybe if you are not being successful there, maybe you are not happy at all. But how you are going to handle such situation? If you are going to be happy, you are going to forget everybody, those who have worked with you, or whether you are not being successful and you are going to blame others for not being successful. Many such situations arise in your life and you will find that different emotions come ahead. All those emotions are very important. Now, how can you improve your intrapersonal skills? As I earlier mentioned, intra is within, that is self. How are you going to improve that? You can engage yourself in introspection. Continuous introspection is important. You need to ask yourself this question at every situation in your life. Maybe if you have behaved, now for example, I'm going to ask myself the questions that what went wrong that the students have not interacted with me. Is there anything that somewhere I am not in a proper position to ask the questions? Or maybe I have not made a relation between the participant and me, and because of that, these interactions were not good. I'm going to have this introspection to myself. So that engaging yourself in the introspection is very much important so that you can find out your weaknesses, your strengths, and accordingly you can work on and opportunities can be enhanced. Have a personal development plan. And this personal development plan shouldn't be the way that we do always for the studies. Now this semester I'm going to study from start only, and we plan out everything. Monday ko main ye karunga, Tuesday ko main ye karunga, or on the third day you will find that you have not done anything. Have that evaluation plan. What are the personal development plan that you are going to have, and how are you going to evaluate it? At the same time, have some short-term and the long-term goals. These short-term and the long-term goals will be helpful to reach to the major goal that you are aspiring to get it. At the same time, have a daily journal. Write down everything that you are going to do in you have done for a day. Maybe whatever the thoughts that you have, what are the dreams that you have, what are the goals, feelings, and memories, everything that you are going to write it down on the journal, the daily diary. That would help. That would be helpful to you. And after some years, when you are going to open that diary, you'll understand that where you lack, what kind of experiences that you have, and how you are going to overcome that. Always motivate yourself. Motivation from yourself is very much important than the others. And always remember, do not compare yourself with others. There should always be the competition between you, what you wear, and what you are today. So that competition is very much important. What you wear and what you are, that comparison should always be there, other than the comparison with others. And this is the Johari window where we know about ourselves and some people know about others. Okay, that is over here. If you can just find out, we always say that we are an open book over here because you know about yourself and even others know about yourself. But you are known to yourself and there are some hidden secrets that you only know. You have kept those secrets with you. You are not shared with anybody. That's why the people are not known about these secrets. Talking about this, you do not know about yourself, but others know. Many a times this is somewhere the blind spot that you can find out. And there are some hidden secrets also you can find out where you also don't know and others also don't know. So that unknown self that we need to find out. For example, your behavior, maybe your nature, your name, age, sex, religion, grade, everything that you know, and every other person also know that. Talking about the hidden self, you only know about your share with anybody. You only know about that, and you have not at all shared with anybody at all. Some of the things that you can find that you are not known about those, but others are known about. That is your weaknesses. Okay, so those weaknesses others can identify and not you. Whereas this is somewhere which is unreachable to everybody. These are the hidden talents, the untapped abilities, the giftedness. Only the times will tell you how you are going to get into these things. Okay, so that is about Johari Window. And the last thing that I want to say is only you can change your life. No one can do it for you. So only you are the controller of your life. Nobody else can be the controller of your life and shouldn't be also. Okay, so this is the self-assessment test, which you can have it maybe later. I'll share these self-assessment tests with the people, and so that you can have these questions. I'll end up with the session with this cockroach theory, and this cockroach theory talks about that how your reactions create problems in your life rather than the responses. So again, I'm not going to share this video with you. You can have this video watch on the YouTube channel. On any of the videos, you can find this cockroach theory. If you just write down the cockroach theory, you will find out what exactly it is all about. It is all about one important aspect. I am just going to show the last point of this video. So always remember, you are happy because of yourself, not because of others, and shouldn't also. Okay, that's all from my side. If you have any questions at the end of the session, we'll be taking the questions. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope that you are going to have something from this aspect, and you are going to get benefit for your future life. All right, thank you very much. I'll be stopping the share now. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you so much, Amol sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, with them, and go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Amol sir, for sharing the insights about self-awareness and self-development. I believe all the participants must have started introspecting the same with the points that you have highlighted and your points that you have conveyed. So here I am, Vidyadhari Singh, going to present about the attitude building and how to build a positive attitude, which is an integral part of being a good leader and part of the leadership. So am I audible, participants? Can I hear some noise?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. That's nice. Okay, so here we go. These are the highlights that I'm going to share as the outline of the presentation. We'll be first understanding about attitude and little bit dive deeper into understand its deeper meaning, and then understand the factors that determine our attitude, then the connect between attitude and leadership. And further towards the end, we'll be understanding about positive attitude and how we can train ourselves to see the positivity in everything. And lastly, we'll explain the role of leader in various aspects, maybe as a class leader, as a team leader, as a group leader, in various activities and programs. Okay, so we'll start with that. Now to begin, I just want you to be a little yes.
Lagging a lot.
Yes, sir.
Vidya ma'am. Okay. Wait. There is a lag. There is a lag happening from your end.
Yes.
Please put off a video and. There is a lag. There is a lag happening from your end. please put off the video and then start again. That will be the time. Hello.
Ashwin sir?
Yeah, please put off the
Hello?
video so that.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible, but the lag is happening. That's why please
Yes,
put off
yes,
a
sir.
video
Yes,
and
sir.
then
Yes.
please. I think so. Due to network issue, ma'am left.
Yes, sir. She is not in the meeting.
Amol sir is there.
Yes, sir. I think Madam has got disconnected.
Yes,
All right.
she'll be joining back. She'll be joining back. Till then, take over.
So, students, do you really feel that this session is going to be helpful to you? Because I do not find that interactions are happening. Okay, the interactions are very important to know about yourself, and this is about leadership, right? And unless and until initiatives are going to be there, it is not going to be possible that you are going to be a leader tomorrow. Or whether you are going to be a team member also, you are going to be a team member also, that time also it is very difficult for you to have, if you are not having the interaction with you. All these initiatives are going to be helpful to you. Okay, so and that's why we are requesting you to have, to come forward and speak about the things that, whichever the things that you want to share. Because see, all these are the unknown faces. Tomorrow, we may not be remembering who was Banti and who was Habib and who was Ritik. And we are not going to identify, right? The reason being, we are here to learn something. And if you are, see, always the economics says that when you are investing something, there should be some benefit that you should get. There should be some profit that you should get. So if you are investing of 2 hours of your life, which are very important part of your life, okay, and if you are not getting anything out of it, what is the use of you being here? And that's why we always want that you need to be involved, because this brain is such, unless and until you give the fuel to your mind of thought, okay, the fueling of thought should be given to your mind, then only it will think. Otherwise, in some or the other day, it will rust down. It will stop thinking. You can think about it. One simple example I'll give. If any problem comes today to you, what will you do? If any question comes to you, what will you do? You'll go to Google search. Rather than introspecting, rather than thinking, rather than having a thought about what you have known about that particular thing and coming with that thought and again engaging in your thought process. Rather than doing that, what we do? We go to Google, find out something and give the answers to the same. Rather than doing that, have some introspection, have some brainstorming. Unless and until this brainstorming happens, you will not come out with something new. Why innovations are lagging today? The reason being this, because we are dependent on the Google search, we are dependent on maybe in some of the other search engines where we can get the direct benefit of it. Okay, rather than thinking about those outcomes, rather than thinking of those, say, the ready-made things, can we give a thought to ourselves? Can we have thoughts in our mind so that we with something new? Inventions are only with that. Okay, there is one a few days back, I have been watching the news channel, and there is some new innovation that had happened. And I have never thought of it that it is possible that it can be done. Okay, so some such things that you need to work out. Okay, so many things. E-commerce, for example, it was not at all known to us, and it happened. I always talk about the touch screen. Earlier, the touch screen was okay, fine, no problem. But zooming by just touching the hands or some fingers, the zooming is possible. So all these things are possible only and only if you think. Okay, so that thinking is very important. So Madam has joined back. I'll request to please take over.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for handling the glitch. And really sorry, participants, for the technical glitch. some things, situation goes out of our control and we need to just handle that. So thank you so much. And it's me joining back. And I would start by asking you a question. And I want you to be a little bit active on the Zoom chat box. I hope I'm clear and there's no lag, Ashwin sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
fine. Completely.
Yes. So participants, and I want you to just give me what is the first thing that comes to your mind as you hear the word attitude? Or maybe you can unmute yourself and say the answers. Whatever that first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word attitude. I'm here showcasing some of the expressions I believe you must be going through when you hear the word attitude, right? Can I get some 1 or 2 answers? Okay, I can see people writing in the chat box. Behavior, approach, yes. Good. Yes. Any more? Yeah. Yes, Malhar.
Ma'am, we can consider attitude as the way we perceive things in our life.
Very good.
So I was reading this and I have found out that there are two things, knowledge and attitude. Suppose I'm saying I am doing engineering and machine learning. So why am I doing engineering and machine learning? This question answers my attitude towards why am I doing engineering. So
exactly.
This is my understanding about attitude.
Yes, very right. You're in the right direction and your understanding is absolutely right. And even I see the participants writing in the chat box, there is a positive approach, then defining a person's character. Exactly. All these things definitely, add up to what exactly is attitude means. And let me put it in a more simpler way. Yes, Sandesh has written presenting our self-behavior through our communication. Very good, because that's where we connect with the outside world. So yes, very good. I appreciate the participants who are coming forward and interacting and writing it in the chat box. So let me put it like in a simple way. I would say that it's the way you think and feel about someone or something, right? And when I say think, and thinking is, a continuous process. You believe or no? Yes or no? Thought is a continuous process, and we are trying to focus on our thoughts. Maybe, right from the beginning, if you are thinking in the right direction, in the right way, in a positive way, which forms, they are consistent. The consistent thoughts forms our beliefs. And once the belief is developed, we try to do the actions and which guides through the results. And if the results are good, that means we are trying to move in the right direction. We are thinking in the right direction, and we are nurturing our mind and the thoughts with a lot of positivity. If the results are bad, you must have observed that people often blame the circumstances and often focus and blame and keep on working on the circumstances. That circumstance was not proper, not as per my expectations, and they don't actually go for their thoughts again and rewind and try to refresh and try to develop some different strategy to build more positive thoughts, so that the result from the bad becomes good. So in short, you need to nurture your mind with great thoughts, and which, rightly said by Benjamin Disraeli. I've put the quote here, that this thinking process, right from the beginning, if it is set right, your ultimate goal, the results will definitely lead to a good and a positive way, which will definitely become a perfect condition for you to work for, right? And let me, give you some more insight about this. What do you all see here on the screen? क्या दिख रहा है आपको यहाँ पे? Yes? Students, what do you see on the screen?
An iceberg in
Yes.
water.
Very good, an iceberg. Now I want you to tell me that how much of the iceberg is visible to the human eye?
Nearly 15 to 20%.
Okay, yeah, yes, I can say maybe 10%, and the rest of the 90% is beneath in, right? So if I associate this with the person I can say that, what you're able to view is the visible to the external world. So what is known to others, that is the external view to what the other people see in you. And what is not known to others is beneath us, beneath inside. So the behavior is something which is seen by the person or by the external world. And what you see beneath it, I mean, what guides your behavior is what lies beneath it. So that is nothing but the motives, ethics, beliefs. There are different motives which are sometimes short-lived and they are result-oriented, and then you have to do this to achieve some target. And ethics, that which we imbibe, in which we learn what is right and what is wrong. We get trained to understand what are the ethics and etiquettes, the value education, and then the belief system that we build right from our childhood. So your motives try to form the values or the value system, the ethics that sets a standard for ourselves, and the beliefs by which we try to make the judgments. We try to make judgments about, no, this is the right way to do it, or if there is a situation, you decide that this is how I'm going to go about with that. And these are the guiding factors which forms your attitude, right? And this impacts your behavior. As you know, in the previous presentation, Amol sir rightly said that, we do a self-introspection, and then you get a feedback about your behavior, and you get to improvise your behavior based on the different inputs that you receive when you interact with your friends, with your families, with your colleagues, with people around in workplace, at home, at various occasions, and then you work upon that. That means, again, so I can take this as a cyclic process where you can come back again to your motives, ethics, and beliefs, and then you try to refine and try to reform, and then you try to change or bring about the improvements in your behavior, which is seen by the external world. So this is where you are trying to, you can associate that with any small event to a very big event in your life. We're going to take the decisions, so that what it drives you to the people that you're going to associate, that they're watching your behavior, and attitude is lying over there. So I believe that at least now you have understood where is this attitude lying and in what way it is reflected to the outside world. Now let us put it like, let me just summarize this, where attitude means with different perspectives, because as we have seen in the chat box also, we have received a wide range of answers to what attitude means to them, and we see that there's a different perspective about how we are trying to take attitude as. So I can say that it's a way we react or respond to people, objects, things, events, situations, etc. A small example I just want to quote that, say you're leaving for your office or college right in the morning, and then you're going by your car, and your car is being dashed by another car. So it's now you have to decide whether you have to react or respond in the particular situation. You have to decide whether you can just say a sorry and move on, or maybe stand there and fall into a fight and spoil your entire day. So that what it decides, whether our attitude, and it has two different perspectives. Like it could be optimistic or it could be pessimistic. That is a positive and a negative. So it's up to you who you have to decide in what way we have to either react or respond to the situations. It is an outward expression because it's a behavior. So behavior is definitely an outward expression through your body gestures or through our state of mind. And it's also said to be a window to the world. And it means that, when you were born, your window is absolutely very clear, crisp, neat, and clean. But maybe as we grow older, there are situations we go through a lot of ups and downs in life. We experience life. Our windows get splattered by maybe criticism from various people, or smashed by ridicule, or smeared by rejection, or get soiled by disappointments and clouded by doubts. We need to clean our window quite often. That means bring out the positivity and make it clear and crisp, just as it was while you were born. So that's where lies our efforts to make it to come out of the negativity and bring about the positivity into our lives, because it's not very easy to say अभी मैं बोल रही हूँ कि आपको positive रहना है, positive बोलना है. It's not that very easy to say that it is like see positive in every situation. There are very complicated situations in life, or when you're doing some tasks, you see that you have to handle that, understand, analyze, and then come out with a solution of how you can better the circumstance with your positive approach. It's also called to be a mental filter by which you can you experience the whole world. And as I said, if there is there is a negative circumstance or there's a negative situation, it definitely affects us, and then we try to see that how can I see the positivity in that situation so that I can overcome that negative effects, which could hamper my thought process, or it may not take it in a negative effects it would have on my actions further. So I need to be strong enough and have the filter in such a way that I'm able to see the positivity, because when I say filtering, obviously the negative things need to be filtered, right? So attitude maybe at the initial instance might seem to be very abstract thing, and obviously it's very difficult to understand, but as we go stepwise, we try to understand where exactly this attitude, what exactly is this attitude, and how we can develop the positivity and positive attitude and approaches in every situations so that we get the well-deserved results, right? So proceeding ahead, I would like you to take you to the factors that determine our attitude. So can anyone tell me what are the things that that makes our attitude, or we get influenced by the changes in our attitude? Can you guess some answers? Any answers? Okay, I'll take you through. It is nothing but the environment, education, and experience. Triple E we call as. And as you can see, environment is the very basic area which influences our attitude. And education is a level higher than that, in which we can see the improvements through education. We can see the improvements in our attitude. And lastly, the experience, which plays a very critical role in completely developing our attitude, maybe in a positive way, and also how that experience can be, used to more improvise your attitude in the, the complicated things in our life, and how we can handle that, and how we can bring about the positivity in each of those situations. So as I would say that, your attitude is these are the ingredients which can which are the and the aspects that influence the attitude, starting with environment, which is a very basic thing, right? It rightly just starts at from your home, and it is some things we genetically pick from our parents, and the environment in which we are operating, maybe the school, the workplace, the college, you go to a party, and there are get together, or there are a lot of environmental operating environments from where we try to get our attitude getting influenced. If you see in the current pandemic, the social media, it has played such an role in which we are greatly being influenced by the social media, and in just continuation with that, we have television, newspapers, magazines, and movies. So all these are the the day-to-day how we are trying to in environments and operating environments, we are trying to have the influence on our attitude. And so I have listed, the operating environments and the people who greatly influence our attitude, starting at the very basic level. Now, if I move to the next level, where I said education. So education definitely, broadens our horizons and influences our actions, behaviors, and attitude. It's not only about, your pointers, your marks, or the knowledge, because if you see the earlier education system was mainly focusing on, you know, developing knowledge, getting good marks and everything. But if you see slowly, you know, there are so many initiatives which are taken so that we try to focus on the holistic development of the students or the people, because this is from a from a real an example, a real-time example, where in one of the IITs there was a placement being conducted, and over there it was observed that there were students who had good IQ, like, you know, they were having 100% IQ. I believe everyone understands what is IQ and EQ. Yes or no? Can I hear a yes or a no? What is IQ? Intelligent quotient, right? What is EQ? Yes, anyone can answer? Emotion quotient? Yes. So when they were doing the placements, they observed that academically they were very brilliant. But I mean, when they were given the perfect conditions, they were able to perform. But when they were put into the imperfect conditions, they were not able to perform and they miserably failed. So they were lacking in the EQ. And I must tell you that attitude falls under EQ. That is, when put under a situation or imperfect conditions, the candidates were not able to perform. And so what I would like to say is that getting knowledge is one thing, but trying to apply, get the wisdom, having the discerning power, the intellect, I mean, you should be cautious and you have to gain wisdom, put the knowledge to productive use, and then only you will have the overall development. That is how you can cultivate your attitude. You can improvise your personality and all the things, maybe like having good dressing sense, followed good dress code, then personality building, overall character improvisation. So all these things add up to your attitude, and that's what is being said through the education, because it is from the basic level we try to move a level higher, which will help you improvise, and you learn over a period of time, and that will help you to improvise that. Lastly, we see is the experience, which is, as I said, the ultimate thing, which plays a very, very important role in building your attitude. It's often said that we definitely work in teams, in groups, and we have like we move around in with a group of people. We have friends, we have family. So we are, the character that we possess is nothing but the average of all the characters of the people whom we are associated with, right? So it is definitely our behavior changes according to the experience that we have with various people. So you, as I said, you have various operating environments in which you have the a team by which you try to have the behavioral changes when you have the experience with various people. And it's not only limited to that. You have to analyze from your past experiences how well you can improvise on certain things, certain aspects, which can definitely take your attitude to a very next level. And that's what we call as experiential learning, and learning from the real-time experiences. It's not that if you have a bad experience, you tend to learn, isko mujhe yaad hi nahi karna hai, iske bare mein mujhe sochna hi nahi hai. No, you have to analyze that, because that is what is going to act as a significant event which will change your attitude and attitude towards doing the tasks. And maybe, as I said, negative hai, to usko how you can even think that why you had that bad experience, analyze that, and you can get the negativity out of it, and then the next time when you do the task, you will definitely overcome the negativity out of it and just see through it in a positive way and get the good result, right? So I believe you must have understood that you have these factors which are influencing the attitude of a person, and you need to work upon that at every level, so that you can have a good positive building with the different kinds of experiences you have, and overcoming our mistakes and learning from the mistakes that we try to do, and build a core competence, and also taking time to understand yourself, to understand your hidden potential, right? So next we would like to see the connect between the attitude and leadership. Now, leadership is able to inspire at all times. And that is the key aspect, is your attitude. So that defines your leadership. And a great leader attitude evokes positive feeling among people. So it's not about having attitude, it's having the positivity in you and evoking the positivity among people lies a great leader. And great leadership has everything to do with positive attitude. So that's what we are going to see in the next phase of the presentation. And let me proceed ahead, where we are going to have a small activity which you're going to see. Yes, Division C and AIDS, you have some doubt? You have hand raised? Yes? Or was it by mistake? Okay, shall I continue?
Division C, please just make yourself, rename yourself, please. Division C, ComC and AIDS. Please rename yourself.
All
Yeah,
right.
we can continue.
Okay, okay. So let's see what exactly is this positive attitude. And I just want to ask a question here. What do you see looking at this picture? I just some answers, and it's a very, very common and a popular question. I believe everyone knows that. So can anyone tell me, what do you see here?
Come on, participant, please just give your
Yes,
thought.
what do you see here? This is not a rocket science question. It's not very difficult question I'm asking. What do you see here on the screen?
Half glass full.
Half glass full. Okay, a glass of water.
Water in glass.
Yes. Okay, yes, definitely half glass of water. So I see that, participants are trying to see a glass half full with water. And that's what, when we look at the situations, when I say that is the glass half full or half empty, there would be answers where some would be agreeing on half empty, or someone would be agreeing or half full, because that defines their attitude. Where if you say, if the glass is half full, that means, if I fill it further, it's going to get full. And that means I'm trying to move in a progressive direction. I'm going in a positive direction. So that's what is, I just wanted to share. And it's a very popular example where we try to understand the students that how exactly you view positive thinking and positive attitude. Because just by the way you look at the things, if you look at it in a negative way, you see negative in every situation. If you look in the positive way, you see positive in every situation. So let me take you further into this. And I want you to do just observe what I put it on the next screen, and just describe few things that you are able to see on the next screen. So here it goes. यहाँ पे आपको क्या दिख रहा है? Yes.
Full of white screen and one single dot.
Okay, full of white screen and a single dot.
I'm a white screen and a black dot, or a white paper having a hole in a dark room.
Okay. I wanted to ask whether the black dot caught hold of your attention, and whether you focused on it a little bit or no. Did you observe that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I think yes. So I believe, it's a very good thing that many of you, like you who all said that they saw the white screen first. It's a very good thing, because you are thinking positive and you are taking the things in a positive way. Because this is from an inspiring story, where this was an experiment which was conducted by a professor at an institute. And it was said that when you are seeing this, there are people who are trying to only describe the black spot that they see on the white page. And that white piece of paper is to observe and enjoy, but we are focusing on the dark spots, like maybe there are some disappointments, there are some disagreements, there are some something which we are lacking, and then we are constantly cribbing over on that we don't have this, we don't have that, the things which are polluting our mind, and the certain things which we are trying to focus upon, but we forget to see what are the good things that we have in life. So our life is a gift nurture it with love and care, and we have reasons to celebrate. We have friends, we have job that provides our livelihood, we have miracles that we see every day. So pay focus on that and try to reduce the dark spots that you see. So the takeaway from this story is that you take your eyes away from the black dots in your life and enjoy each one of your blessings, each moment life gives you, and be happy and live a life filled with love. Next activity I'm going to do is on Mentimeter, where I want you to identify and tell me some of the positive traits that or maybe have been practicing till date, or maybe must have got inspired when say maybe you get inspired by people, you get inspired by your family members, you get inspired by well-known people, so you try that. So behind the inspiration lies their unique traits which actually attracts you, right? So I want you to tell me, imagining that role model, imagining or maybe what positive aspects you have incorporated or have been associated with so far through the Mentimeter. So go to Mentimeter, and I request Ashwin sir to kindly post the link and the Menti code so that we can get
already posted.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'll share the Menti screen so that we can see. Let me see what type of positive attributes I get through the participants. Okay.
Everyone, please just take a participate in this activity.
Yeah, everyone has to participate, and they have to share some of their positive traits, positive attributes that they have been associated with, or they've been using it, or they get inspired from, so that we can understand how what all things they are, the positive aspects they're trying to use in their in solving or maybe using in their day-to-day lives. Yes. You want to give me some examples? Yes. Responsible, understanding, sincere, honest. Yes. You want some more answers? Obedient, being truthful, being trying to see possibility in every impossible situations as well. Helpful, optimistic, caring, fearless, brave, considerate, adaptable, polite, good learner, happiness. Yes, that's nice. Excellent, adaptability, confidence, optimism. Very nice. Humble, integrity. Yes, yes, come on, put some answers. So that let's see what are the different positive traits that you adopt to do your things and maybe see the positivity in every situation. Good. I can see truthful, positive, confident, respectful, open-mindedness. Yeah, very nice. Responsible, humble, genuine, wise. Very nice, very nice. And maybe like, even you can, as I said, you can get inspired from people. What inspires you? Seeing how they are trying to, tackle these situations and making better the circumstances so that they are obtaining the good results, right? So that's where we try to see the positivity in every situation. It's not about saying be positive, but doing the positive things fearlessly, trying to overcoming the situations is where our attitude, the positive attitude lies. Being optimistic, confident, very well said. I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to paste it in our slide so that I would remember the positive traits of the participants who participated in this program. Realistic, yes. Now I can see good amount of positive traits which have come up, and can keep my calm. Very good. Good listener, very good. It's very important to listen, not only hearing. We need to listen and understand, being understanding. Good willpower, can absorb pressure. Very nice. Very well said. Very well said. Very well said. All right. I think I can see some in the chat box also. Okay, tenacity. Yes. Agree. I can see more number of students putting the things. Courageous. Very well, very well. So I'm going to preserve this as your inputs forever. Right. So we'll just proceed ahead and next upcoming things here, where I'm going to now share experiment which was done by a Japanese scientist called Masaru Emoto, and who has done an water-based experiment where, what he did was he has taken different water samples and started rating positive words to some of the samples, and to some of the samples he started saying bad words, negative words. And what was the result was that the water molecules for which the positive things were said took beautiful shapes, and very lovely shapes you can see here, which are represented over here. And this is right from his experiment, which is quite evident. And you see over here there are some negative things which were said, and the kind of very weird and very bad shapes the water molecules took. And this experiment proves that positive attitude has a great impact on controlling the situations and filtering out all the negativity and move towards the good results at the end. So, and here I would like to associate this with ourselves, with our individual. What is the constitution of water in our body? Can anyone tell me? What is the total constitution of water in our body? How much percent? I would say a large amount of body constitutes of water. Do you know the percentage?
70?
72%. Yes, very good, very good. Even the same question, what the earth constitutes of water in how much percentage? 70? Right? So now just imagine when you are, when the water molecules when took such type of shapes, when thinking of water molecules taking shapes when positive things are said, and bad shapes when negative things are said, what would happen to us when we are thinking negative? That means the same impact is happening in our body. Even sitting here, you are trying to think bad about someone who is not even listening, not even bothered, but it is not even impacting him a little bit. 0% also he is not being impacted. But who is getting impacted? It's us who are getting impacted. Sitting here thinking bad about someone, we are getting impacted, because that's why we always say, think good for the worst of enemy that you have. Wish them and be happy. Because if we think good, obviously the good things, the vibes are good, the positivity is there, and we also remain in good well-being, and good things happen, and positive things happen. Right? So this is what I want you to learn from the experiment that has been done, and practice this. And as I said, leave alone the negativity, leave alone what people criticizing. You should take that in a positive way. Getting it? Understood, students? Okay. So I'll proceed ahead now. Here I have highlighted some of the negative verbs that people often use when they are having a negative attitude. When I said, when you move with positive people, you obviously see positivity around. When you see with negative people, or when you move with negative people, you see a lot of, every situation they try to see negative. नहीं, ये नहीं हो सकता, ये नहीं कर सकते, ये possible नहीं है, इसमें ये problem है. They start counting the problems, but they don't understand how they can, convert that problems or issues into solutions, or effective solutions. So this verbose that you observe should be converted into a positive verbose. So if I say things, negative attitude, things I can't, I would be saying that I can find a solution to the problem. I will try to see how the problem will be solved, and focus on what I have, and not focus on what is not there. And I would see the possibilities. The same, it is being converted into the positive verbs, which everyone should follow, and remove the negativity in the regular where you are trying to tackle the situations, and concentrate on solutions and finding the good in others, counting his or her blessings and seeing the possibilities. So need to practice that, and try to see that you convert the negative verbs into the positive ones. Lastly, the last part of the presentation, where we are going to look into our class, where we would see because each one of you play a role of a leader in various activities, programs. So it's not only limited to being a class leader, managing some class activities, it's also beyond class, managing different activities. So playing a role of it, and each one of you should develop this attitude towards you become good leader and imbibe the qualities that is that any good leader should possess, and with the right kind of attitude. So here I have listed based on my experience as a faculty, where we see that students are handling the different leadership positions, and over there you see that they are handling a class, and we have seen different issues were also seen, and they are able to resolve the different issues. So you have to handle a class with varied opinions, you have to come to a common decision, you need to improve your teamwork among the students, especially with different group sets, and encouraging them to take part in participation in activities, make the shy ones also come forward, and identifying the potential of your students, of your class, and the pulse of your class, bring the inclusiveness in the class, able to resolve issues within, reduce complaining. There are some instances which can be associated maybe by the experience that you have with your class, and also trying to follow the means of formal communication. Nowadays we are using WhatsApp and a number of ways to communicate the things, because especially in the online mode, it's all the more difficult to reach to the people. So we are trying to adopt to different ways of communication. So how well we can convey our message, our intentions. So that's what you have to take care of your role as a leader, and in the class with a positive attitude, you have to bring about these changes. Then coming about how to inspire that student optimism in your class is, again, as I said, be an example. You be positive, you try to encourage, having that encouraging attitude, and like, you can do it, you can believe, you say and you do it, creating a positive learning space, visualizing positivity. There is a well-known singer, Celine Dion. When she was asked, when she's just started entering into this music world, she imagined she's already a star. And when she actually reached that particular height, she said that this is what I've seen, I've visualized this, I'm going to become this. Say, maybe if you have a fear of speaking, imagine, visualize that you can speak well, you can grab the attention of the crowd, you can be a proficient speaker, and you will definitely overcome the fear. And from every scenario, you can visualize the positivity, and you can overcome the fears that you have. Eliminate the negativity, as I said, converting the negative verbiage to the positive verbiage, and change the negative thinking patterns. So lastly, before I end, I would like to share the attitude of a leader, what it should be and what you should be possessing: having a good emotional intelligence, self-awareness, motivated, empathy, understanding, having good communication skills, finding solutions for every problem, having a good sense of humor, making groups for help and support, and do not thirst for appreciation. That will automatically come in many good forms, and you will definitely experience that, and you will feel very good about it. I'm leaving with you some of the confidence boosters that you should start your day with, having some positive affirmations that I am a winner, I can do everything, nothing is impossible, and you can, definitely have a win-win situation. Harp on all the, skills by which you can become a winner and bring about the win-win situations in whatever situations you encounter. And instead of saying, I can't, say I can, try making others happy, avoid the negativity through, gossiping and all that stuff. Choose the ability to different reactions, choose them wisely, decide whether you want to react or respond, maybe in the optimistic way or a pessimistic way. And so these are, some of the surrounding yourself with the positive people. Practice your self introspection, try meditating every day and feeling happy, confident, capable, less anxiety, and manage the stress, right? So here I would as I said, being in good groups, having the group intelligence is much more higher than the individual intelligence. So bring about that wisdom, bring about the positivity in them, and do not get influenced by people's comments. Try to see that in a positive light, and try to start looking into everything with a positive insight. I would end by saying a quote that a happy person is not a person in a certain set of circumstances, but rather a person with a certain set of attitudes, said by Hug Downs. And I would say, हम जिस चेहरे के साथ जन्म लेते हैं वो हमारे बस में तो नहीं होता, मगर जिस चरित्र, व्यक्तित्व एवं किरदार के साथ हम इस संसार से विदा लेते हैं उसके लिए हम खुद जिम्मेदार होते हैं. So attitude is everything. So attitude means everything, and you need to imbibe, you need to develop, you need to improvise upon and build a good positive attitude at each point of time. So with that, I end my presentation, and I'm open to any questions. Maybe if you can, we can take it later on, and leaving with you some positive affirmations that you should follow and remember. And in every situation, use that, you will see the best of the things happening to you. Thank you so much. And I hand over the session to Dr. Lochan Jolly ma'am to continue further with the next module under the leadership.
Thank you, Vidya. So good afternoon all. So I come at the end of a session with certain, I should say, connectors between what Amol had said and what Vidya has shared. After assessing yourself, developing a positive attitude, there are few more things that as a leader that is expected from you. So the things are attributes that you should look into. So just to start with, all these people, that great people are on the screen that we see, we consider them as leaders, right? So what is that makes them different, or what
Is it Lochan ma'am got disconnected?
Yeah, I think
definitely, as Vidya said,
Yeah.
just we will look into, since we are short of time, I'm just sharing this activity which we conducted as a part of our last session on a Mentimeter, as what are the roles of a leader, or what you think yourself as a leader you'll be able to do. The first and the most bold, as you see, is lead the team, manage the team, work in a team, stand in all situations, understand each person's coordination, confidence. So all this, if you look at, you need to actually, these are certain traits which we don't want or will any person have. Any person can develop it, but you need to follow certain rules in your life, or have a discipline that makes a differentiator, or that makes you a leader. So first, I'll just state some 10 golden rules that is expected as a leader, because leader is not working for himself. He is working for an organization, the growth of not himself, growth of an organization, and growth of his whole team. Every individual in his team is also supposed to grow when he's talking about the growth or the success. He's not talking about his success or he becoming successful. He's looking at how everyone in his team can be successful. I'm sorry. So first, let us look into 10 golden rules. When you look yourself as a leader, the most selfish word, that is I, you need to avoid. As I said, leader is someone who is actually the face of an organization or the face of a team under whom there could be n number of people. So you are not me. You should not go, I did this, we did this, this is my team that has done it. Whenever there is a credit, you should not come forward because it's I did it, it's my team. The whole team should be a part of any appreciation that you get whenever you are doing it. So it is I that you need to avoid. Then only people will have confidence in you and will be trusting you and will be ready every time to help you. So this is the word that you should be using instead of we, I, that we is what you should use as a leader, because you are not one, you are the whole team. Ego. Sometimes it happens definitely at a professional place or even as a students also, there are certain places where you come across certain ego clashes. What I feel that is always correct is not a situation. And because of which certain people who are not agreeing with you, you have a certain kind of an ego clashes and you keep it in your mind where in future situation you want to avoid or show down those people. So ego will actually, what will happen is it will create a disharmony in a team and it will divide the team and will result in poor performance of the team. All of you understand that together everyone achieves more. So ego is something that will break your team, and this team which has a capacity to do bigger things will be stopped because of this ego. Love is a sense that whatever is the task that is given to you as a team, you should have love, a passion, then only you will be able to do. It should not be that the work that is given to you should be something secondary. It should become primary, a passion to complete it, because when you believe in your work, when you love the work that you are doing, you can actually include your team or believe your team, make your team believe in the work or the goal for which this whole team would be working. So love, first thing is you should love and have a passion for what you are doing. Automatically, others will have a belief and passion for it. Smile. Everyone, you know that attitude, that's an attitude. You should not have a frowning face that people should be afraid to approach you as a leader. You should have a welcoming smile that everyone should feel free to come to you and talk to you. Share the problems, because every problem has a solution. It's not that the problem will be a problem or will hinder it. It is together, as I said, everyone can resolve it. So you should have, as a leader, have a smile and attitude that is welcoming, so that the people can share the real problem. The ground reality should come to you. It should not be that when the things blast, then it should come to you. It should come to you right at the beginning, so that the corrective actions could be taken and you as a leader can have it only when you have the right attitude. Don't believe in rumors that if some person in a team wants to be good in your eye, comes and talks about something bad about others or certain rumors, do not believe it. Believe on the facts and take an informed decisions. Rumors make your decisions wrong, biased, and that as a leader will actually hamper the performance of the team, of the organization. So it is always important that you take the information from the authenticated source, not from somebody who wants to be goody-goody in your eyes or want to be actually misguiding you, because he is looking at his benefit, not at the benefit of an organization or the team for which you are working. So success will not come by just believing in it. It comes with a combination of hard work and belief. Having an attitude and having the right hard work or the work towards it will make you successful. And that will happen, the hard work of not only you, but the team. So you need to keep your team motivated to work for the vision, and then only the success will come to you. Jealousy. So you need to have a system as a team leader that the people do not have a kind of jealousy amongst each other. You as a leader has to have an unbiased behavior, that you favor somebody that will create a jealousy or a problem in a team. So jealousy is something that will hamper the performance of your team and will not allow you as a leader to achieve the bigger goals for your organization. So jealousy has to be avoided. Knowledge, as I said, you need to have the information. You need to take all the decisions, informed decisions. So it is important for you to have the whole system knowledge. You need to have a rigorous study about what you are doing, what everyone is doing. So knowledge about everything. You need to manage the knowledge management is what you need to do. After if you become, there is a failure in one process, you need to create an information, the knowledge about through it, so that next time those things do not occur. Doing a mistake once is something you can actually avoid it, but every time it should not happen. You should create some information, knowledge from it, and see to it that next time it should not happen. So every time you do a process, achieve it, see to it that you have all the information. You should be like a system which has got all the information, process that information to create the learnings. Create a connection with every person in your team. That is very important, because that is how people get connected with you. With all, have a good networking, good connection that will help your system or your organization to grow. So it is very important as a leader to have good connection, not only internal, but also external. In addition to that, in addition to these 10 golden rules, which I said, you need to have certain more things that will help you to become a good leader, that will connect the head and heart of your team with your belief or your organization and your goals, and that will help you to get good things, that is inclusiveness. You should not always form a team with people, he's my friend, he is good, or who believe in you. It should be having a diversity. It is important to have opposition in your team, so that in case you are taking a wrong decision, that will help you to improve it. So inclusiveness will have a diversity, the people with diverse skills in your team, and that will help you to get a good, or basically the success in your team. The next thing is you should learn to prioritize. There will be not only one work that on which you will be working on. You will have multiple works, and on that you need to, and it's not possible to take everything at a time. So you need to make your priority list, so that something which is very urgent and very important is given the first priority, and you complete it first, and then the next. It is the thing that is not important and urgent should be in the last of your priority list. That will help you to do a lot of things and not get stuck. And in this process, if you try to do everything, what will happen is your energy gets scattered, and you know that you won't be able to achieve success. Instead, what is urgent, what is important, focus your energy on that. That will help you to achieve your goals faster. Now, coming to something very important is, in addition to what we have learned till now, there are certain more 7 management rules that help you. As I said, inclusiveness is actually creating, including the people with the diverse knowledge. So diversity, transparency is very important. It should not be that whatever is something, you are like a middle bridge between your higher authorities and your team. So it should not be that you hide certain things from your team. Instead, you should have a transparency. The transparency brings a belief in you and actually gives more faith. And when the people work with their head and heart with you, that will definitely help you to achieve bigger goals, achieve a bigger vision. Don't be afraid of, suppose certain things you have planned in a certain way and you are trying to achieve it. But because of certain, as I said, last year we had certain, we have planned our academics as per academic, but there was COVID that helped us to stop everything. But we have to go off script and conduct our exams in a different way, conduct our classes in an online way. So certain times it is something which is unpredictable that may compel you to change your planning. So that should not be, you should not be afraid of something coming which is not as per plan. So don't be afraid. The challenges may come, certain unpredicted things may happen, and you may have to, you should be ready to adopt it. Basically, have a flexibility. And it is important that as a leader, you should not say that I don't know this, I cannot do this, or refuse to the new opportunities given to you. You should take all the opportunities, and for being successful in that opportunity or being successful in doing that, you may be required to learn certain things. So you should, as a leader, should not say that I have become a leader, I will stop learning. Leaders are always the first person to learn certain things, develop the skills, and they are the people who need to make that the teams follow them. Because once they stop learning it, they cannot believe that their team will learn. So they have to be people flexible, ready to learn. Scalability, maybe certain times you may have to change your team dimensions. You may have to change the scope of your program. So you should be ready with that also. Flexibility is again, and there should be hopeful. No project is there where you will not have any, it's not like a straight path or a smooth cakewalk. Every time you may have certain good things, certain bad things, certain planned, certain unplanned. You need to be hopeful that you will reach the target, that is maintaining your positive attitude. Next is coming to my last slide. Your life is like a segment BD. B stands for the birth and D stands for the death. Between B and C comes an alphabet C, which stands for the choices. You may have a certain situations where you may have to make a choice between path A or path B. After making a choice, it is your responsibility that you make your choice correct, right? This is what is important, saying that make the right choices, and those choices as a leader should not be to prove yourself. It is to improve yourself. Every time, next time that happens, it's an improved version of yourself that you come in front of your team, maybe with the better ideas, maybe with the bigger goals, bigger vision that motivates them, and that is actually encouraging them to a higher goals. Do not react. Make the choice that should not come as a reaction. It should be a response. And for that, you may need to take certain pauses, right? It's not that somebody says something XYZ to you, immediately you say something and it's a cut down of a relation. You are not in a communication terms, but you need to just pause. Why did he say that? If it is correct, you should not be hesitant to correct yourself. If it is wrong, you have an opportunity to go back and explain why certain thing happened and why certain thing did not happen. So do not react, but respond. Choice to respond, not react. Make a choice to grow through life, not go through life. Grow is learn the skills. See that everyone in your team is growing and not just taking it as a burden. Every time you come, it's too much of work. It should be about, yes, it's opportunity for the growth. So as a leader, the success is about first analyzing yourself, analyzing your team potential, analyzing the vision of your organization, and developing the solution that help you to develop the process. The solutions should be not just one-time solution. It should be a process that you are there or you are not there. Still, the system will be there, because system should not be a person dependent. It should be a process driven. Then even if the person is not there, the system will continue to grow for the objectives. See to it that you as a leader do the teamwork and make your team work for the vision, and you have the right skills so that people believe in you. You are able to sell the ideas of the organization and take it in the right form to the people, and then you succeed as a leader. So leader, starting your journey of a leader is from recognizing yourself, recognizing your attribute, not seeing that this is my weakness. People have an attitude that this is my weakness, I'll avoid it. But instead, work on that, and with a positive attitude, with certain guidelines, definitely nothing can stop you to be a leader. Engineers are the leaders. Only thing is you need to look at the things in the right perspective. Nothing can stop you to become great leaders. That's it from my side. I think we are running out of time. So we can stop here. And if you have any questions or queries, we are here to respond to it.
There is a question, ma'am, from Ayush. Ayush Ghosh, can you ask a question?
Hello,
Yeah,
ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, Ayush, you are audible.
Yeah, ma'am, I had a question that you said like success and everything. I just wanted to ask, what is success?
Success is a perception, right? It will not be that everyone will have the same definition of success. For me, success could be, as a student, your success could be getting good grades. As an engineer, your success could be getting a job in a company which is offering me, say, minimum 10 lakhs, or your success could be getting a good GATE score or a GRE. For me, the success could be getting my project implemented successfully. So success is not something which is definite. It changes from person to person, and some person could be finding it successful, having a peace of mind, sitting, doing something which is he loves. For him, maybe you are right now in an engineering, but you love doing drawing, maybe good, making a good drawing which people appreciate around the world could be your success. So success is nothing, it's relative, I should say. It's not definite.
Okay, ma'am, I had another question. Should we concentrate on like close successes, like as you said, like a long time goals or short time? Like as you said, that GATE exam is a success. Or should I concentrate after that GATE exam, I will earn like 20-30 lakhs. That should be my success. Which one?
Always it is important to have a goal. Goal is a long time. And to achieve that goal, it is like if I keep on looking at my goal, which is say right now I'm in first year, and I look at my goal after 4 years, what is the point of assessing my goal? It is after 4 years? No, that is a wrong way in which as a leader, you should look at yourself. You are a leader of your life. You should break that goal into smaller parts. Maybe for achieving, say, my goal of a job in a company which is giving me 25 lakhs or 24 lakhs after my GATE, what is that I have to do? I have to have a good SC knowledge of my subjects at my SC. So it is the first level check, that what is my level of knowledge of my SC subjects, then to my maths knowledge, then that is how you need to have definitely the longer goals. Maybe where do you see after first 5 years? That could be a question that could be asked in your interview. But reaching that 5 years, it's not directly you reach there. It's a process, and that you need to divide it into smaller goals. That is a short-term goal.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, Saurabh Kumar. Can we have your question? Saurabh, you can unmute yourself and you can ask a question. Saurabh Kumar. Okay. Malhar, can we have your question?
Yes, ma'am. As you were talking about success, isn't success an accumulation of our small successes? Like the small successes that we make?
Yes, definitely. It should not be like somebody asked recently, when this PV Sindhu won the bronze medal. Where are you planning for next Olympic? So the first thing she said is, I'm first enjoying this moment. It's very important that you appreciate yourself with every small success. You actually don't wait for others. Just raise your hand and pat yourself, did a great job. That's it. You should appreciate yourself for every small success, and in this process, definitely the bigger goals will be achieved.
Also, ma'am, when it comes to leadership, what are the core qualities any leader that you will see in? And these core qualities can identify that, yeah, this is a very good leader in his own personal life as well as in his professional life.
So, do you consider Ratan Tata as a leader?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What are his qualities that make you consider him as a leader?
Extremely grateful. He's kind-hearted. He's passionate about his work.
Yes.
And,
first thing, passion. Please remember the passion. Kind-hearted is connecting with his employees. Correct? So that is what I told you in my 10 golden rules, right? He's not thinking, he's not thinking about what I'm earning out of this. He's thinking about how his people are getting benefited. That is connecting with his people. He is not all about himself. So anybody who is a leader will not be a selfish person, the first thing. Because he has become a leader because he's thinking about others, not myself. It is not me, but you. That is what is your NSS slogan. Now. That is what is about making you a leader. and working for a bigger goal. That when this COVID happened, he donated such a large amount, right? So that the people he is towards earning, definitely he is earning, and he's seeing that everyone in his country is getting benefit. So leader is somebody who is not thinking about himself, who is working with his team, who is getting connected. The 10 golden rules that make you a leader.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
I think that's all from the participant. Anyone has any question with the related topics? Anyone? Any participant has any question? So I think no one is having a question. Yes, Shreya, we can continue.
Okay. Thank you, Lochin ma'am, for highlighting the attributes of a true leader, sharing with all of us the 10 golden rules of a leader and the 7 project management lessons, and also clearing the doubts of the students that they had. Thank you, Vidyadhri ma'am, for insightful session where you conveyed how attitude, and most importantly, positive attitude, is essential for a leader and how we can bring out the positivity in our life. Thank you, Amol sir, for the wonderful session on leadership development, where you stressed on why self-awareness is important and how we can improve our intrapersonal skills. Now, I would like to ask all the participants to kindly fill the feedback link, which is shared in the chat box. Yeah. Finally, to conclude, I would like to express my sincere gratitude towards the management for the valuable guidance and never-ending support for all our endeavors that are taken up. I am very much thankful to our reservoir of knowledge and a true leader visionary, Principal Dr. B.K. Mishra, sir. His continuous inputs and guidance have led to organize NIP's leadership development webinar today. I also thank Vice Principal Dr. Devin Shah sir for his active involvement. I also thank NIP Activity Head Dr. Megharani Patil Madam for her continuous encouragement. I also extend our heartfelt thanks to the speakers, Dean SSW Dr. Lochin Jolly Ma'am, Mr. Amol Dhapikar sir, and Mrs. Vidyadhri Singh Ma'am, for sparing their valuable time and to grace this webinar with their unparalleled knowledge. I thank Leadership Development Track Coordinator, Mr. Ashwin Pathak sir, for sparing his valuable time. And I also thank all the faculties of TCET and partner colleges and non-teaching staff, and most importantly, the students, for joining this webinar. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Shreya, can we have a screenshot at the last? Everyone,
Yeah.
can you just... Yeah, everyone, please just put on your video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for coming, everyone. Thank you so much. Please fill the feedback link, which is being posted in the chat box. Thank you. Shreya, can we put off the recording? Shreya, can we put